BioScience Managers and Cynata Therapeutics are working together on next-generation stem cell therapies to change the lives of millions of people around the world living with serious medical disorders. So we are currently developing our products to treat 4 very different clinical conditions. One of them is osteoarthritis of the knee, which is a condition where the cartilage in the knee joint degenerates over time. The second is a condition called acute graft versus host disease, which is a complication of bone marrow transplantation, which is a procedure that's used to treat certain blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma. The third condition is called diabetic foot ulcers. This is a condition in chronic diabetics where they have very poor blood flow in their lower limbs, and it can lead to these non-healing wounds on their feet, which can cause a lot of problems, including amputation. And finally, we have a product for patients receiving a kidney transplant. And the aim of this one is to help prevent the rejection of the transplanted kidney in these patients. The Cymerus technology is a new way of making stem cell therapies consistently and at scale. The importance of it is that conventional ways of making stem cell therapies rely on an ongoing supply of new donors. So we have a stem cell bank that came from one blood donor on one occasion, and we can keep making our product on an ongoing basis from that same stem cell bank. The reason that that's important is it means that we can do it very consistently, because we're using the same starting material every time, and it's also hugely scalable. So we believe that we can use this process to mass produce these therapies and allow them to be used by many patients, millions of patients around the world.
BioScience Managers is an investment group that looks after the deployment of money into healthcare programs and projects and development. It's a very exciting space, particularly in the context of changing the face of medicine, the whole idea of making people better, the whole idea of improving healthcare. Scientists need help to build companies because building them is complicated. Most who come up with the ideas very rarely ask themselves how that is going to be manufactured. How is it going to be made? How will it be delivered? How is it going to be used by the doctors? That's what we try and answer for them. Support of the Biomedical Translation Fund has allowed BioScience Managers to invest in a company like Cynata and ultimately deliver a great outcome for Australia in medicine. The future depends upon those sorts of innovations at the investment level being repeated and continued.
In order to take a product from discovery right through to commercial launch, ultimately what we need to do is to convince regulatory authorities that we can make the product consistently and that we have clinical evidence that it's both safe and effective. The future for Cynata is extremely bright. We are positioned to be the leading stem cell and regenerative medicine company, and that's thanks to the funding from BioScience Managers and the Biomedical Translation Fund.